We've been out here for the last 2 weeks, parks in the desert. This is our first time camping out here, and we're really excited to show you guys what it's been like. Honestly, it's just been really enchanting. Yeah, we were a little nervous at first, to be honest, to come over here. We're East Coasters. We don't have BLM land. We're used to camp spots and like paying and having registered spots, but out here you can park dispersed and just kind of find your own spot, and this is our first time doing that. So we're going to show you guys what it's been like.
BLM land is Bureau of Land Management. It's federally owned government land that you're allowed to do activities on, whether it's camping in a tent, camping in a camper, RV. There's usually not hookups, but they'll have camp rings, designated areas, and then also you can do wild camping.
A lot of it is just free land for all of us to enjoy and just enjoy nature, and it's really nice that they do that. So we asked, if you do come out here, make sure that you're leaving no trace, just to make sure that we can preserve our public lands. Here at Carlsbad Caverns and Guadalupe Mountains National Park, BLM is kind of the only place to camp. There are so many pros to camping out here, and we're going to tell you all of them. The number one pro for me is just the sheer seclusion and privacy that this offers. It is just so vast and private and quiet, and everybody kind of respects that is around. It's really given a lot of peaceful vibes.
Though we did just drive away to use the restroom, and by the time we got back, someone stole our spot we've been in, which technically they're not stealing because it's not your spot. So you can't even like confront it and say it.
No.
So that is one part that kind of sucks. Stay in your spot if you want to keep it.
Yeah.
But my favorite pro is that it's free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay anything. There's no tips, donations. It's literally just free. It's maintained. I think it's our tax dollars that do it. It's nice that this land is available. I wish there was more on the East Coast. To be frank,
find free camping on the East Coast, have we ever even done that?
Just Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart, Cracker Barrels, maybe a Lowe's parking lot if they allow it. Mm-hmm. So this has been definitely one of the most beautiful spots we've ever camped in. We've been here for almost 2 weeks. You're only supposed to do 5 days, but it's winter. It's off season.
We moved around.
But it's one of the most beautiful spots we've ever seen, with the desert setting, and in the background is this beautiful mountain that's an old like coral reef, one of the largest. It's just stunning. And the fact that it's free, I would pay a lot of money to camp here.
Definitely nicer than some of the spots you would pay to stay at. Another pro is you can have a little of both, at least at the place we're at. So we're in Eddy County.
We're in Eddy County, New Mexico.
Here you can park. There's a whole campground where you can park. It's a designated campground called the Choza Campground.
And we were there the first few nights. It's a gravel lot.
Or if you go down the road further, there's different dispersed spots where you can have more privacy. So I really like the option for both. Brian really likes being around people and being safer, and I really like seclusion and privacy. So for the first couple nights we did stay.
We've been secluded and private most of the time.
Yeah. But we did ease into it.
Yeah, and it's not just this road. So there's probably a dozen roads just driving from here to Carlsbad where you can kind of just go down and find a spot to park. A major pro also is that there is garbage cans.
And bathrooms. Nice. You kind of have to look around a little, but they're here.
Yeah, there's 2 bathrooms within 3 miles of us, I'd say. So it's just like a little drive. You might lose your spot in that drive. If you're a rock hounder like us, which we're used to paying different mines to be able to mine on site. Here you can go off and you can find your own crystals. So, and that's free. You can collect up to a bucket each day for each individual in your party. If there's 5 of you, that's 5 buckets. And just with hand tools though.
So basically you can find these spots pretty close, or you can go far out. There's just such great access to rock hounding and just hiking and all these other things.
Our goal is to go find like our own little spot that no one's ever found, you know, for like turquoise and opal.
Isn't that everyone's goal?
Yeah, and we might find that.
What's another pro?
Another pro is the sunsets are absolutely gorgeous. That could be a desert
thing.
You
can see one reflecting on our faces right now. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We'll show you what a sunset's like here. It's been magical every single night.
It's nice. You can fly drones in a lot of these locations, so that's kind of cool for me. We just got a drone back, so.
Yeah, super low key. Like, no one's checking up on you. As long as you're not like causing a riot, I assume you're okay out here. Like, you can really just come out here and not be bothered. Fly your drone, relax, like do what you're doing as long as you're respectful. I really like that part of it.
Another pro is there is a town within 20 miles of this specific location. I don't think all BLM land is like that, so you're going to want to make sure that you kind of do your research.
But it's a nice drive. We drive 20 miles. We can do everything we need to do. So We get all stocked up and then we come back out for a few days. So that is another pro, that there is usually places nearby where you can get all your stuff. Another
Yes.
pro is we don't have four-wheel drive, so we're able to get to some of these camp spots. So if you're worried about that, it's like some spots I'm sure you want it, but for a lot of them you don't need it. So that's another pro.
Yeah, and for Nicolette, it was relatively accessible. I would say that's a pro. Certain areas, the gravel lot, not too accessible. For her mountain trike, yes, but for like a regular chair. But the spot that was white, like clay,
Beautiful,
dry
like white
clay,
sand, almost not sand.
not sand,
but like,
white dirt clay is what I would call it. Is accessible for both this chair and her mountain trike, and that's kind of nice. Honestly,
it's
the
true.
whole
It has
desert.
been like right now I'm on it, and it has been really nice. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna fall out if I hit anything. So another pro. Another pro is that it's extremely pet friendly. You can bring your dog anywhere out here.
It's so pet friendly. There's coyotes running around. No, but I mean, there's wild animals as well, which I actually see as a plus. We're safe in our van. If you're in a tent, you might not love hearing coyotes like circling. But 2 nights out of the 10 to 14 we were here, I did hear coyotes within probably 20 yards of where we were camping, and I opened the window and Opal freaked out on them. I actually have a sound of I think they're coyotes.
So
I'm
while
kidding.
you want to keep your pets safe and probably leash unless you're comfortable with them not chasing coyotes, it is very pet friendly. So
Yeah.
that's another pro. You don't have to worry about your pets out here.
I'm going to play the sound of the coyotes now because I think it's pretty exciting. I don't know.
It sounds weird. Last pro is that you don't need a reservation. So you can just come on a whim. You don't have to worry about coming or going. Like Brian told you earlier, your spot might be taken, but other than that, you can come in late, not worry about reservations. You can leave whenever you want. So now we're going to talk about the cons of camping out here. And one of the major ones is obviously very limited amount of facilities.
Yes. There's no showers.
No.
You have to
We
have your
haven't
own
showered in 2 weeks. We did a van shower, but I don't know. I kind of think you can't even tell. It was kind of cute.
We drove to a state park to shower. It was $40. So that was a con in our eyes. We didn't want to spend the $40 to shower, and that shower was too hot. Weird as that is, Nicolette almost can't say too hot, but it was even too hot for her.
Yeah, we drove 40 miles, took the hottest shower of our lives, and we didn't do it again. The next time we wanted to wash up, we just did it in our van, and yeah. So limited showers, limited facilities. You're not going to run to a grocery store around here. Like the closest town, like Brian said, is 20 miles. So there's no conveniences out here for you. You really have to fend for yourself.
Yeah, you want to prepare. You want to have a lot of stuff. So we've gone to the grocery store like every 4 days, I'd say. That's about what we can store in the van as far as our fridge, sadly.
Yeah, our little micro fridge.
So that's one thing. That's a con. Another con I would say is cell service. You might not get the best reception. We have had reception the whole time. We're Verizon.
Which we were super surprised. We definitely thought we were setting up our Starlink, but since our service is so good, we haven't even set it up to conserve battery. But that is something you want to consider. A lot of BLM land does not have good service. So you're going to want to be prepared, have Starlink, or be prepared not to have service.
Yeah.
Here's another con. You're never going to want to leave. This place will suck you in. It's so peaceful and so beautiful, and just like, I don't know. We were nervous to come out here, but once we've been camping for a few days, I'm like, why did we ever camp any way different? Like, this is really nice. You're not going to want to leave, so that might be a con.
Nicolette still doesn't want to leave. We're
leaving tomorrow, and I still don't want to leave, but I'm going to do it. Cry, but
the stars are absolutely amazing.
Oh,
I don't have great film of them, but I took a cool photo, and I'll show you kind of what our camp spot looked like at night with the stars behind us. It's so dark out here, you might be able to see the Milky Way between February and I think until like the end of summer. So
yeah, the stars are beautiful.
Spectacular.
That is another pro for sure.
Best stars I've ever seen in my life.
As you guys can see, there's a lot of pros and just a few cons, especially depending on the way you look at it. And
it's worth coming out and checking it out. It's worth doing it at least once, seeing if you're comfortable. You're probably going to be comfortable. I would argue it's like 99% chance you'll be comfortable out here.
I think you'll be surprised. A couple of tips for you guys if you are going to be coming out here, if you guys are looking for just some suggestions, is be overly prepared. Have tons and tons of food, flashlights,
water. Make sure your water's filled up before you come. We have a spare gas tank, but you can go get some gas. Make sure you check your oil and all that. Just like make sure you're good, because you don't want to really be stuck out here without being able to take care of yourself. So we have AAA, and we still would not want to deal with it.
For our whole 2 weeks here, we've only been able to find water twice, and that was when we spent $40 to camp, and then also Luckily, we found a place on I-Overlander, a
Yeah.
gas station, all subs that allowed us to fill up.
Yeah, if you're around here, it's worth asking the gas stations. You might hear no, but you'll probably hear yes from some of them. So just keep asking until one tells you, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Definitely check out some dispersed camping apps to help you find places that people have gotten yeses at. That's really helped us. Definitely a con that water is so hard to come by out here. We're definitely not used to that. Being East Coasters, we're like surrounded by water, and then you come out here and it's just dry as a bone. So that's definitely something you want to consider.
You know, if any of you have done this camping and you have some tips for people, leave it in the comments. Let them know what your experience was. Maybe you loved it, maybe you didn't, and we'll take you on our next adventure next week.
My tips are be overly prepared, come with an open mind, definitely just try it because it's absolutely beautiful out here, and enjoy it.
It's true.
So thank you guys so much for coming along on our 2 weeks camping in the Chihuahuan Desert on BLM land. We had such an amazing time, and I hope you guys enjoyed following along with us.
Yeah, we're just on the first leg of our year-long road trip where we're traveling around the country. So we'd love if you guys come along with us and hit the subscribe button. We want to say a special thanks to our members who help support this video with a monthly contribution.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks everyone, who just watch and follow along. It's about to get pretty exciting. Our whole goal for a few years has been to get out to the West Coast, go to some national parks, and we got a lot coming up. So
we're finally almost there. It is really exciting and surreal, and this is a perfect introduction to it. I'm so glad we discovered this way of camping and that we're comfortable with it because it's going to save us so much money.
I know. Yeah, we've been saving money doing it this way. We used to spend, we get half off, but definitely a lot of money on camping. And then because we were in areas that were more populated, we're spending more money eating out or on life stuff. Here, you can't spend money. There's no one
there's
selling
no coffee
anything.
shop, so we're like, we'll make our own coffee.
Yeah, so it's good. That's a pro.
Thanks for watching.